What's up, y'all, man? Polo Sports Talk, Sports News Plus here again with another one. You like to comment as well, and also make sure all on videos. Look, I need to talk about salute to you, Celtics Nation. I see you in the building, man. Of course, we know that USA has went down 0-2. They lost the first game to Nigeria, uh, and then they lost into and Coach Pop has and and also Jayson Tatum have mutually decided to go ahead and take. I don't see personally Jayson Tatum as a bench me, but it maybe something that they're going to try, being that the you struggle and maybe they can have a firepower off. Their bench is not strong at all. Let's just call it what it is. Their bench isn't strong, and the team they well I feel like they have enough to win and they have enough to be competitive. They're not as competitive of a team in the past. Okay, that's not taking anything away from the players that are on there. I do I do like the you know, that are listed on there. I'm sorry about that. That are on there. But the thing that we have to realize is that we have to be realistic. Now I do understand that they have guys like Bradley Bill, um, Jeremy Grant, and of course Draymond Draymond Green, even Zach Levine. But understand about the other players that are on that roster. You know, also have to what how can they actually fill a void? How can these guys come in and give a sure firepower and make sure that they can sustain on through the duration, which is they got to the meat and potatoes of they got Argentina that's ready to come up, and Argentina in the past has really been competitive with us. You know, um, you know, I don't like I don't like the fact that everybody is thinking that this is just something minor, because this is something major to me. This is something major, whether it's an exhibition or not. This is really something major, and it is speaking candid volumes as to what might take in the near future. Now, some people are saying that will the USA team with their legacy be them losing, or will they have this hanging over their head? It might for a little bit, but you have to remember there were when we lost, in I think I stated earlier. We had AI on the team. They had Tim Duncan, uh, and just to name a few. But Tim Duncan still was a champion. He still was able to, uh, you know, just go ahead and continue doing his thing. You know, uh, I think that maybe it's a strategy that Greg Popovich is trying to do. Either way, man, we really got to flex our muscle, and we have to show that when you're coming out the gate, USA has gotten to the point to where that not supposed to lose any games. We're not supposed to lose any games at all. That's just our motto, and that's how it's been for quite some time. Now, maybe this needed to happen. I remember. Shout out to Waitwood. He did mention this. So this is a good analogy that he did say. He said that maybe we did need to lose. Maybe maybe the U.S. needed to get knocked on their ass in order to recover from this and come back even better. Uh, I think that Jayson Tatum might might help them in terms of the firepower, like as I've stated before. Okay, now they have some guys on here that some people don't even know about. Sadiq Bey, John Jenkins. We know about Kevin Love. Some people might know about Josh McGetty, Dakota Matthias, and Cameron Reynolds. Also, Keldon Johnson. Uh, these guys aren't really getting that many minutes, with the exception of Keldon Johnson, and even then, he only played 13 minutes, and of course Darius Garland. Look, some of these guys that are on there, they're not looking at those guys as cream of the crop type type of players. I look at them as solid players, but everybody, of course, going to call them trash. But you have your main core guys that are playing, such as Bam Adebayo. Even Bam Adebayo didn't really play that much in the previous game because he only played 16 minutes. But the guys that really were playing the bulk of the minutes were uh, Jayson Tatum, uh, Dame Dollar, Bradley Beal, uh, and KD, of course. Now, of course, they're not going to go. They're not going to go full force, especially when you're talking about KD, which I really didn't want KD playing. I mean, that's just some people may disagree, but I feel like KD just needed to rest and heal, and he's coming off an Achilles surgery and everything, and kind of want to you logged in a lot of minutes, man. We know what you were worth in terms of how you are when you're 100%. He played. He was playing 48 minutes plus in the Eastern Conference Finals. So this is a bad move. Like Greg Popovich is panicking. He's panicking right now, and rightfully so. Rightfully so. I mean, you're not supposed to panic. You're supposed to, keep a level, level composure and everything. But at the same token, we have to come out, more aggressive than what we've been uh, in these past two games. A lot is riding on us. A lot is at stake, and that's what we have to treat it like. Um, I think that Jayson Tatum does have a chip on his shoulder. He does have a lot. He does have a lot to he, in my eyes, Jayson Tatum still is an emerging superstar. Jayson Tatum, this is a growing for Jayson Tatum. We have to understand that he was playing without his running mate in Jaylen Brown with Boston, and of course, there was injuries that was going on with with Kemba Walker and a couple others that were on the Celtics team. So you're saying, well, why are you saying that, Polo? I'm saying that because in order to grow as a player, you have to face some adversity like that. Sometimes he's coming off of a struggling series, and then on top of that, he's going into the USA team where he's struggling too. Now, two things can arise from this. He can either get really, really great from this, and this could be like a learning experience, and he could, suck it in and soak it in like a sponge, and and be motivated from it, and come back like that much better, or he could just flatline and hit a wall, so to speak, and never recover from this. And with Jayson Tatum, I don't really see that happening. I like Jayson Tatum. I think his game. I'm not saying that out of biasness, because he did go to Duke, and Duke is my squad. But I had always seen him as such a skilled player. He plays kind of uh, the traditional type of game, that kind of triple threat game, where he could play in the half court and also kind of mix it up where he's playing in transition too as well. And I love his isolation game. Uh, and Kobe saw a lot of him in Jayson Tatum. That's why he was working with him. You before before Kobe passed on. Uh, JT moving to the bench, it might look awkward for some. My question is who are they going to put in place of Jayson Tatum? Who's going to who's going to be starting? Everybody that's on the squad pretty much they're running small. Bam is at center. I mean, come on, they're running small. So we have to let that. I'm like, do they plan on putting Kevin Love in there and making his presence felt? What is Pop trying to do? Is he trying to give him a different look? Because nobody's taking the USA serious right now. Nobody's really taking the USA really serious right now. Do I feel like they can actually win and come through this adversity? Yeah, they can. If they play hard and play like they have nothing to lose, and play like nobody knows them, like they have a chip on their shoulder. You know, you said good luck, Owen Lim. Um, why you say good luck, man? You don't think it'll work, man? Uh, I said the same thing over them. I mean, but we'll have to see. Me personally, would I have done? I wouldn't have. But they don't really have any for sure firepower off the bench. Uh, what we have to realize in the past, they've had guys that have been able to come off the bench, like in the past, like when Kevin, I'm sorry about that, when Carmelo Anthony had played, he was the best player on the team in that Beijing team, and was able to come out and do scoring, play defense, and that's just one example. That's just one example. I give that example because to me, there are some players that did not want to start. As a matter of fact, I want to say Melo start. I'm not sure if he came off the bench or if he started. I have to go back and I have to reference that. But I think I remember Melo coming off the bench and then him coming in there and being able to give the team some firepower. Uh, Greg Popovich has been taking a lot of heat, and so have the players. They've been taking a lot of heat too, and rightfully so. This is America. We took a lot of heat when we lost to Greece. Uh, we, you know, they always take heat when when we've lost because we're 54-4. We're 54-4. All time. And people have to realize that like okay, if we really sit back and we really analyze everything, you take that Nigeria team and you take that Australia team, you have to count the number of NBA players that are in the NBA. Okay, and you have to think to yourself, you're like, okay, you Bellavedova. Okay, yeah, he he's not what you call a superstar, but he's in the league. Dante Exum, he's not what you call a superstar, but he's in the league. Joe Ingles, not what you call a superstar, he's a role player, but he's in the league. But they're in the league. They're in the league for a reason. They're in the league for a reason, uh, and they're definitely showing why they should be in the league. Patty Mills said this. He said that they wanted to set the tone and be physical off the bat early with defense. They established themselves, and that's what we used to do. We used to do, being tenacious. Um, do I see Jayson Tatum as this great on-ball defender? I mean, I would say he's a good defender, but he's not a great. I would say he's like an average defender at best. You know, because really that's all they need. Now, originally supposed to have Drew Holiday on there, and they were supposed to have of course Devin Booker on there, but these guys are still playing in the finals and everything. Now, would that have helped? Maybe so. You gotta look at how Devin Booker is playing right now. You gotta look at how Drew Holiday just play. Even though Drew Holiday is rather inconsistent, he's not inconsistent in terms of his defense, but he's inconsistent in terms of his offense and his playmaking. You know, a lot of people got to understand that. Now, maybe this is a chess move. Popovich experience. He knows what he's doing. I said it earlier. Yes, I did say it. I said he's having trouble. He's not having trouble. He's um, getting through to the players. Okay, uh, his philosophy is not getting through to the players. Some of the guys they buy in, some guys don't, uh, and I just don't see the USA team really progressing to a gold medal. I don't see them. I don't see them. I don't see them getting a gold medal with this team. I could be wrong, and if I am wrong, I'll be the first to admit it. I will come back on here because I am a man of integrity. I will come back and I will admit that I was wrong, and I would take my hats off to them. Do I want that? Do I want that to take place? Yeah, absolutely. I want them to come back, and I want them to ultimately get that gold medal. And rebound from all of this. But we'll have to see how it works out. We'll have to see how it works out. I believe in Jayson Tatum. Uh, I believe in of course Dame Dollar. I even believe in Bradley Bill, and I definitely believe in KD and Jeremy Grant. I believe in all of those guys. Bam, of course, even Zach Levine. These are the ones that they put the USA jersey. You're representing not just the NBA franchise. You're representing an entire country, and you're representing uh, legends, superstars, and Hall of Famers, first ballot Hall of Famers have put that jersey on. You know, the dream team pretty much had set the standard. They laid the foundation. Laid the foundation. Some people argue that. Some people have a different feel in terms of that. But to me, they laid the foundation. But the next team that they have is Argentina. The next yeah, the next one they have is right now. Matter of fact. Yeah, Dream Team was the best. Hold on. Hey, Don Lovato, you can hop in, man. You can hop in if you want to, brother. Hold on 1 second. Uh, and yes, they as a matter of fact, yes, they actually won. They beat Argentina. So against Argentina. Yeah, 90 92. Sorry, I had to confirm that because I've been so busy I hadn't even got a chance to sit down and even look at the game. You said the 92 Dream Team was the best. Yeah, in my opinion, they were. In my opinion, they were. What's up, Don?
Hey,
How you
Paul,
feeling, man?
hey, Polo. How's it going over there? How's the weather? Can you hear me?
What's your take on Jayson Tatum being moved to the bench?
I think that's a great move. My opinion, as long as it takes to help the team out, man. I mean, if I was playing there and I was a starting five, and let's say that it wasn't going too well, if the coach wants to bench me, that's fine. I want to help the team out. That's why it's
Right,
a team sport. That's why it's a team sport, and everybody they should help each other as much as they can, because when you think about it, all the other teams, international teams, they had weeks and weeks to gel together. The USA, they were just put together. How many weeks did they practice together? Like maybe 1 or 2 weeks, I'm saying, and they still have to build that
yeah,
chemistry. They still have to.
they haven't had that much time, but
Hmm.
I mean, Don, I don't really, yeah, because these guys don't, these guys it's still basketball, and you still have to go out there, you still have to play. You have, of course, I know chemistry is very important and everything, but
Right.
let's just face it. Okay, like when you talk about the dream team, okay, they had time together and everything like that, and they were on trips and stuff like that, but it was still a short amount of time. And do I think that they have be at least yeah because they beat Argentina.
Yeah. And when you think about it, Polo, a lot of these teams, um, they have international players in the NBA now. So, for example, they have like Gobert, or maybe no, I forgot the other guy's name, but they have Patty Mills and maybe Ben Simmons, right? They go play for the Australia team, and they have all these
Yeah,
and Luka
Ben
plays.
Simmons didn't play.
Okay, and then they have like
They got
Luka
Matthew
for
Dellavedova, and then they got Joe Ingles and Dante X.
right, and then Luka plays for Serbia, right? I believe. So he plays for
Who?
that team. Luka.
Yeah, Luca. Yeah, Luca plays for Serbia. Yeah,
Okay, so yeah, so the point I'm
and
trying
they
to make
got
here
their
is
first
that
win.
yeah. So then the point I'm trying to make here is that now the NBA has like a lot of international stars, and then they go play for their home teams, and they start playing together, and they start playing better, right? So
Right,
you can't underestimate these teams and saying that's going to be an easy win for the USA now, because a lot of these teams have pretty much evened out the playing field when it comes to playing basketball now.
right.
So I don't know. My opinion is I feel like they should go back to the college players, and let them showcase.
Oh, go back to the college players.
Yeah, because I remember watching the '84 Olympics, over in Los Angeles with it was Bobby Knight coaching the team, and you had like Michael Jordan playing in the Olympics, and it was all college players. And then same thing with 1988, they had college players over in Seoul, Korea. And then
Right,
'92 they decided to go NBA Dream Team with Chuck Daly as the coach.
right.
and everybody thought it was cool,
Yeah.
because they never had NBA players before. You had Magic, Bird,
So
Stockton.
so you're opposed. You're opposed to actually just doing a full roster of NBA players.
Yeah, I mean, it's cool after a while, but with so many years of the professional players, and now the world's pretty much catching up to basketball now. You know,
Yeah,
they're catching
I
up to
said
the
the same
USA.
thing. I said the same thing, Don. I said the
Right?
same thing, man. Hey Don, we can't come in there like we're running anything anymore, man. We really have to humble ourselves and be hungry and actually come like as if though like we have something to prove. Like we have to play with an edge and play with a chip on our shoulder, man.
Right.
And we're not playing like that. We're sitting there underestimating them
Hmm.
in like the first few minutes and stuff. They're looking at these guys like these guys are nothing, and then next thing you know, they're like, whoa, wait a minute.
I mean, like these guys think like they can turn it on and off, the switch, and you can't do that. You gotta go and play. I remember watching the international team a couple of years ago, and they beat Nigeria by like 40 points. And they're thinking, oh well, the USA is going to do the same thing again. No, they're not going to do the same thing because you know what? A lot of these teams are catching up now. You know.
Right. Well, you see, and you see about that game. See, I mentioned that game, Don Lovato.
Okay.
And the thing about it, when we played that game, when we played Nigeria, I, even though they lost, if you looked at the first like few minutes of that game, you
Yeah.
would have thought Nigeria would have had a chance because uh, that team a couple of years ago they were really athletic and they hustled hard and they were playing hard, but they just weren't winning.
Right.
But now this Nigeria was like, we we ain't gonna let y'all do that again.
Right.
And they came out,
Hmm.
actually, bringing it to the U. And they came out, especially 3-point shooting.
Right. And and that's the thing now these days. The 3-point shot has definitely taken over the NBA, man. All the teams are doing it. All the teams are doing it. 3-pointers now. International ball is totally different than the NBA rules. You know what I mean? There's certain
Right.
like they won't even call goaltending on some plays, or maybe there's plays that they will call goaltending that the NBA won't call goaltending. But the 3-pointer, the it's really taking over basketball now. So everybody's doing 3 points now. You know what I mean?
Right. Right.
And the thing is, I'm looking at Coach Popovich, and I'm wondering if the game has passed him by with these players now.
Uh, yeah, that's what we were talking about earlier, Don.
Okay.
We were discussing that earlier,
Hmm.
and I'm not gonna say that it's passed him by. I'm not gonna go
Yeah.
that far because we're talking about a resume. We're talking about a 5-time champion, 3-time
Right.
coach of the year. But
Hmm.
is his philosophy not getting through to today's generational players?
Right. Right. Because I know that. I'm sorry for
We
interrupting you.
it happened with Larry Brown.
Mm-hmm.
It happened with who else? Stan Van Gundy. Even though he just made it to the final, but I give Stan Van Gundy. He's a great coach. Even he just hasn't.
Right.
He just didn't really accomplish much. But
Hmm.
he's wearing two hats too, Don Lovato. He's the president.
Oh.
He's the president of the Spurs too.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay, that's food for thought. I didn't know that at all. That he was the
Yeah,
president.
he's the president of the Spurs, so he's wearing two hats, and it's kind of like that thing where when Doc Rivers was out there in L.A. and he was trying to wear multiple hats and stuff like that.
Right.
I'm like, okay, you probably just want to stick to just one, buddy. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
You know, you trying to be the
That's what.
president, and on top of that, you trying to coach, man. That ain't no joke, man.
No, it's a lot of pressure, like you said, and a lot of times, sometimes, people can't wear two hats at the same time. Maybe they just need to stick with one, you know.
Yeah,
And then, Coach K, I remember he was coaching the USA too, and then he finally decided to step down.
yeah. He had a different he had a different. Well, I'm not gonna say they both have military backgrounds. Coach Popovich and Coach Krzyzewski. You know what I'm saying? Being that he was in the army. At West Point, and then he coached too. You know what I'm saying? And so then you got Coach Popovich. He got a military background too. Uh, but the thing about it is that Coach Krzyzewski was less like he was more. I felt like he knew how to manage personalities better. If that makes any sense, you just have some coaches that just know how to manage personalities a lot better. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like Coach Don Lovato, Coach K would be the type man. Like, man, Coach, man, let me tell you about this broad man I had last night or something like. They be
Uh-huh.
like, all right, Marcus, come on, But Greg Popovich is like, you did what? You did what? Man, they'd be like, drop it, give me 50. You know what, man, get on the line right now or something like that. Like militant like that, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, the two coaching styles. I respect it. I like both of these coaches. And then I remember watching Duke for Blue Devils for a very, very long time, and when they won those back to back chips back in 91 and 92, I knew this coach was like incredible, Coach K.
Mm-hmm.
And same thing with Coach Popovich. The thing is, I believe that remember too, this Olympics, a lot of players dropped out, right? Like LeBron didn't want to play, and then who else didn't want to play from the NBA?
Right,
And then they didn't even go after like any big men. Like I don't see. I
right.
mean, I mean, if you're gonna put Kevin Durant at center, come on, man. Seriously, that's crazy, man.
Uh,
I
yeah.
said if you're gonna put,
I mean, who do you think that Coach Popovich should continue should continue doing the USA Olympic team, or do you think that
nah,
they need to find another coach? You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
somebody a bit
yeah,
younger.
yeah. I think they need to find another coach though. Well, I just don't know who at this moment, but they'll figure something out as time goes on. The thing is that that Popovich has been doing it for quite a while now, and after a while, sometimes you have to go back to certain steps that have got you, to get through players. You know what I mean? And that's these players too
Right.
that either they
That's
want to listen or
understood.
they don't want to listen. It's their players' mindsets too. Either you want it, or you don't want it. And if you're going to go in that's a daisical, where you're going to come in thinking that you're going to turn it on and off, that's a really bad attitude to have. When you're playing basketball or any type of sport.
Right. Yeah, that's man down the bottom, man. You definitely hitting on some key facts. I looked at Don Lovato as, I looked at Jayson Tatum, Don Lovato, man, as a firepower off the bench, right? You know, they
Yes.
don't really. If you look at their roster, Don Lovato, they don't really have that much that wows you. You know what I'm saying? But you'll say, okay, hey, look, we can play solid D, we can hustle, and we could just at least bring our presence, alone to say, okay, hey, look, we're gonna hustle hard and everything. But as far as like the only people that you say, okay, you'll say, wow, we got KD and we got Dame Lillard, and yeah, we got Draymond Green and Jason Tatum. But how many of those guys have championship experience besides uh, and Draymond and Coach Popovich. You can't name anybody on there that has championship experience. But
No,
when
you just named them right now.
Beijing,
That's pretty much it.
when you talked about them in Beijing, when you talked about the dream team, you got to talk about Michael Jordan. He was a champion. You got to talk about Magic Johnson. He was a champion. You got to talk about Larry Bird. He was a champion. You got to talk about all these different guys that was on there that had been in finals appearances and stuff like that. You know, Clyde Drexler, even though he didn't win, he had been in two different finals appearances. You know, so we
Yeah,
got
and then yeah, and
we
then plus,
got.
I'm sorry for interrupting.
I'm not going to sit here and act like Dame Lillard is just somebody that is not anybody, but he came up short time and time again. But when you talk about people that have actually been there and have actually played and have actually succeeded, I don't think that the rest of these guys really know what they.
Yeah, sorry.
But we gonna have to. I still believe in them though. Like I said, they beat Argentina tonight.
Well, how did they look when they beat them?
Yeah, they beat Argentina tonight.
So how did they
So
look tonight? Did they look pretty good?
you said what?
How did they look tonight? The USA team, did they dominate?
I
Was it
see.
a close game?
I didn't look at them down. I
Hmm.
didn't even get a chance to look at it. Matter of fact, I was doing. Hey, oh, I didn't even get a chance to really look at it, man. So I'm gonna go
Uh-huh.
back and I'm gonna do some analyzing myself. But it was kind of like happened when I was out and about and everything because I'm trying to
Mhm.
do like several different things right now.
Sure.
But the real thing is when we play when we play France because that's gonna be our first official game right there.
Okay. So Rudy Gobert is on that team, right? I'm thinking.
Yeah, uh, and uh, and 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 Tony Parker. No, I'm just.
That's right. Yeah. See, you had me going there with you. Yeah. I said, yeah, Tony Parker.
But if he did play though, but you know what, Don? Listen, some people they might laugh or something like that,
Yeah.
but there'll be like guys on that age, Don, they be like 50 years old and still. And when you talk about national,
Uh-huh.
yeah, they'll be like 50 years old and still be playing. Like, will have regular jobs or something,
Right.
and they want to rep hard for their country and stuff like that, or they might consistently be playing all the time and stuff, and they figure, okay, well, let's go out like that. Okay, you remember when we lost to Greece? That guy, that big dude that was busting all those threes. I don't know if you remember, Don, but man, that
Wait,
guy
was that?
looked like an average guy
Uh-huh.
that like be bagging groceries or something like that, and was coming out there killing us.
Yeah, I remember that game, man. This guy was like unbelievable. I was like, where's this guy coming out of? Dropping threes, Like, what the? Come on,
Yeah,
dude. You
I'm
know?
like, man, what? Like, man, he looked like somebody. He looked like somebody. he came out there just like annihilating himself. Like, hit that three. I mean, he did like a little stutter move and then just blew up and just hit it. I was just like, dang man, I was embarrassed, Don. I don't know about you. With Argentina, do you think that we still be able to get that gold? Still got a chance?
I'm thinking. I'm thinking. I think to me the odds went like was it like maybe like 60 40. The U.S. getting gold because the competition, the teams are going to be ready for the USA now. But if they don't get the gold, I wouldn't be surprised because of the fact there's a lot of players from the NBA like LeBron James and other players that didn't want to participate in the Olympics this year. That they decided to opt out because of injuries. And I think some of the players got injured right now, right? On the U.S.
Yeah, I haven't seen Kevin Love in action. I don't know what's going on. He hasn't gotten any action. And then also, guys like Devin Booker and Drew Holiday were actually initially supposed to be on the team, but because they're in the finals and everything. But the thing too, Don, that we got to look at. The first game is against France. Yeah, and then after that, then the quarterfinals.
Yeah, I'm hoping they can do it.
Yeah, but yeah, some of those guys have been uh, with injuries. But we're gonna have to see because they're logging a lot of minutes. When you talk about Draymond, um, when you're talking about KD, because I think he only played like 28 minutes the previous game. Uh, who else? Tatum, of course. I think he played like 26 minutes, and then Dame Dollar, he played like 30 something minutes.
Wait, so who's taking
Bam
over?
Adebayo didn't even really play that much. He only played like 16. Oh, go ahead. You got it, bro.
Wait, so who's taking over on Tatum's place right now?
What'd you say, Don?
Who's taking over Tatum? Who's taking his place?
I don't know. See, that's what I was thinking. That was my main question. I don't know if you heard earlier in the stream. I was like, is it gonna be Love? Is it gonna be Kevin Love? Is it gonna be uh, who else? Because they got they got a couple guys that a lot of people don't even know about that are just sitting at the end of the bench and don't have it. Is it gonna be Zach Levine? Like who is it gonna be? Because Zach Levine hasn't even really got that many minutes. I think Zach Levine only played like what 12 or 13 minutes or something like that. So we're gonna see what happens, man. But
Yeah.
yeah, Don, I'm gonna shut this one down and
Okay.
get into the next one. But
Okay.
just know this, man, that when we face France and when we
Mhm.
face okay, Iran, I'm not too worried, but when we face those three guys, man, if we lose any of those games, man, we're gonna be on the hot seat, man.
For sure, man. Yes, I agree with you. So hopefully they,
Yeah,
they can
it's
get
gonna
it
be a lot of
together.
pressure on us, man. We already have pressure on us right there. When we have to win those games right there.
But then, you know what? Hopefully these guys check their egos at the door, like the first Dream Team did. They all checked their egos at the door. If you remember that,
Yeah, they did.
and how they played together, you
Yeah,
know. So hopefully these guys can do the same thing, and let's go get that gold, man. Go USA.
surprise. Yeah, bring back the gold, man, because
Yeah.
Don Lovato gonna be here waiting. He gonna be waiting here with that smoke, with that smoke for all of y'all if y'all don't, man. So Don Lovato, let him know, man. Look, hey, you ain't about no mess, man. And plus, Don Lovato's a Lakers fan. He holds very high expectations.
Yeah, that's right, Mr. Philly. And I heard that before I let you go, I heard that they want to go trade Ben for another superstar. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I mean, but that's been going on. They're trying to get they got the offer on the table. It's several other people, but the main one that I heard right now, Pacers are not that deal is already out, but the Mavericks, they're waiting for something on the table right now. That's the
Yeah.
main one that I heard. And then there's Sacramento and a couple other teams, even the Lakers.
Hmm. Well,
You know,
I heard that they wanted to trade for Damian and not for McCullen. They wanted to trade Simmons over to Portland, but
you mean Colin Sexton?
no, CJ McCollum.
Oh,
McCollum.
McCall. Oh, yeah, 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 yeah,
Yeah, that
yeah. I thought
they don't want him. They don't want him. They want Dame. They want to go ahead and
right.
trade
Yeah. Well, right now, what's it called? The Lakers are focused on Melo, believe it or not, because Melo said he's open to playing with the Lakers, and
Okay.
and then also the Clippers. The Clippers are interested. I don't know if you seen my stream earlier. The Clippers are interested in Shake Milton.
Okay. I mean, a lot of Philly fans like Shake. I don't know if
Yeah,
he
I
likes
don't
Shake.
want him to go, Don.
Well, they
I don't want him to go.
well the Sixers better do something. Don't they have his bird rights? Or is he a free agent
Y-
or what?
Yeah. He listen. Shake Milton. Shake Milton, man. This is the thing about him. I'm gonna get to his contract. Earlier. I think I talked about his contract earlier in the stream. But
Right.
this is the thing that why we need him is because he's shooting 45% from three.
Yeah. Oh gosh, man. Oof. You guys better keep him, please. I don't want him going to the other side.
Yeah, he's shooting 45% from three, but
Hmm.
he tends to get a little bit inconsistent when it comes to the field goal, man.
Right.
But hey, Don, I hate to be abrupt, man. Let me
That's all
let me
good, man.
shut this down. Hey,
All right.
it's been a pleasure, bro.
Thank you for having
Um,
me.
Hey, y'all like this video, y'all share it, man. Again, it's Polo. I thank Don for showing up, man, and
Thank you.
thank you for him pulling up, man. He's always a great basketball mind. Until
Thank
then,
you.
it's Polo Sports Talking ENT, man. I'll holler at y'all a little bit later, man.
Thanks, Polo. Have a good one.